Yo, what is up guys? Welcome back to another Reverse 1999 episode. In today's episode, we are going to be doing Paper Heron's character story. If I can wait this load, I can read out the title of the story, because I don't actually remember it. It is, to slay a no, it's not, it's, um, I swear it was here. There we go. Spring comes slowly. And yeah, don't know what this will be. Will this be a flash to the past, or will this be a like post Seal Awakening Paper Heron? And we meet again in the new year as May blossoms fade and apricot flowers bloom. Let the past drift away on the wind and let it bring us spring. Yeah, I don't know. Um, I mean, it says we meet again in the new year, so maybe this is more modern day Paper Heron. I guess we will find out. But yeah, before that, I did loads of gambling, since the last episode, and yeah, I tried to get a second copy of Paper Heron, and I went up to full pity, and I lost the 50-50, and instead I got Centurion, who is down here, and
No.
and then I just
Put the
kept
main
gambling.
treasure on your
I basically just went back to like all the previous like events and stuff, and did like hard mode to get like lots of clear drops, and then I managed to squeeze out my second copy of Paper Heron after another 10 pull. So that is fantastic stuff. Yeah, you can see here all the pulls I did. Max pity from my last Paper Heron to Centurion, but then we got Paper Heron. And of course, even though I have the two copies of
Oh, it's
Paper
you.
Heron,
I'm still
I
settling
have
in.
Anenli and I have Kiparina, but I didn't have Two Fairy. So luckily, there's this banner that exists. And yeah, it's guaranteed there's no 50-50 on this banner. And I managed to get Two Fairy after investing another like 20 odd pulls, 20 something pulls in this. I already had 10 pulls from before, but yeah. Then I managed to get Two Fairy as well, so now my impromptu team is getting developed as we speak. I'm on the verge of Insight Free. We're on the verge of Insight Free Anenly. And then Kiparina I've already brought up to Insight Free level 60. The Resonance is not leveled up though, so I'll just slowly build up this team now that I do have the insane 2 copies of Paper Heron. I mean, still technically free to play because I've never used these crystal drops for pulls, because I love saving these for just cosmetics. So yeah, that is that. So enough yap. Let's actually head into Paper Heron's character story here. Spring comes slowly. So yeah, let's check it out. How many stages? Like 8 stages? Yeah, 8 stages. Let's start with part 1. A Taoist Awoken. Let's see. Please be modern day. It'll be so cool. The morning began with soothing silence, punctuated only by a soft, cool breeze. And soon after, the first rays of sunlight broke through in full, announcing the first gasp of spring. Where are we? We're in some sort of forest, maybe? A young Taoist rests atop a leafy tree, feathered by the spring breeze and shaded by the leaves, slowly drifting towards sleep. They say young Taoist, so I assume this has to be like ancient times, potentially. Faint voices from below rouse her. She leans in to listen carefully.
Master.
Finch. Though drowsy from her rest, she leans closer still, trying to make out what the voices are saying, only to lose her balance and fall into the endless darkness. Oh dear, that's terrible. Is that a dream? Okay, no, this is ancient. This is ancient China, I think. Or some other ancient country. We're in a Chun town, apparently. The sky above is a dull, pale gray. The first lunar month has just ended, and despite the melting of the ice and snow, the air feels colder than it should. The innkeeper slowly paces about the courtyard with her hands behind her back before deciding to rest in an empty chair. It's freezing! Why hasn't that boy thrown more wood into the fire? Where is that lout anyway? Oh dear. That's a violent push of the door. Didn't anyone teach you that there are rules out here? I don't care about your rules. I follow my own principles. Is it too much to ask for a single day where no one draws their weapon in my inn? Oh, they're just straight up fighting in the inn. Oh, that's hilarious. The innkeeper sighs and slips away from her barely warmed chair, moving deftly around the corridor to hide herself. Madam. Ah, I was wondering where you'd gone off to. Avoiding your work, no doubt. This is hardly my fault. Besides, it's not as though we have any real customers today.
Shh.
Be quiet. They might hear you. There's just a flippin' sword fight. They're gonna break the tables. Who's gonna pay for that? Alright. I'll just take a quick look to see what's happening. Oh my, that man has a knife in his hand, but the girl he's facing actually looks calm. Relaxed even. Oh, paper Heron. Wait, that peculiar mules of her seems familiar. The innkeeper pulls the curious waiter back down and glares at him. What are you doing? Are you trying to get the both of us killed? Please don't break my elm tables and chairs. I only bought them this winter. Why must they start a fight just as we're closing for the night? A sudden yawn comes from a forgotten corner. Closing time already? Oh wait, so Paper Heron's not fighting? Or... Because they recognize the mule, so maybe the mule was just chilling, but some other girl is fighting. The young Taoist in red lifts her head from her arms. A crease from her sleeve has left a faint mark on her cheek. She stands up and brushes off her clothes but looks reluctant to leave. But I haven't finished my mung bean cakes. Hello, Paper Heron. Forget about the cakes. You'd better find somewhere to hide. There's going to be a fight. Oh, I thought the fight's just actively happening. Should it get out of hand, some innocent bystander may get hurt, and that's the last thing I need on my conscience. A fight? Where? I don't see any. Oh. Oh, she smiled. Maybe she's gonna join in. Why are you sitting back down? Oh, is she just watching?
Don't worry.
Because there's nothing to worry about. That girl knows her limits. She'll be careful. What about the angry-looking man? The man? Oh, he's certain to lose. So sleepy. This will take a while. Wake me when you close. And you're just falling asleep. That's so base. What? This is no time for a nap. The Taoist gives a casual wave of her hand, her head already resting on the table once more. And she's asleep. Spectacular. So who's actually fighting out here then? While the Taoist sleeps soundly, tensions run high near the gate. Girl with a mule. Oh wait, this is someone else who has a mule. Even if they don't aspire to be a hero, a Taoist should never use their skills to cheat people. Ha! Who spoke any words of heroes? I won't let some irritating little bug lecture me. Come on, let's see what you're made of. It takes no strength to know right from wrong, and this is the wrong I cannot walk away from. Big talk, little bug. Let's go! Alright. Interesting. This might be the origins of Paper Heron's mule then, if it comes from this girl with a mule. The man pushed back a step into the courtyard, nearly toppled before steadying himself. Bug's waiting. Come on! From his hiding spot, the waiter slaps a nearby wall in realization. I remember her! She was involved in that trouble at the pawn shop last month. Apparently, the pawnbroker Wang was pressuring a customer to sell their family heirloom. That girl happened to pass by, so she intervened to try and reason with him. After exchanging only a few words, it escalated into a full-blown fight. Damn. We're just fighting everyone, this girl. Oh, that girl! She showed up just before the Dushuo festival, if I'm not mistaken. I heard she was looking for what was it again? Chi flows? Whether she found it or not, she's certainly causing a world of trouble. Neither pawnbroker Wang, talisman seller Li, nor the head of the armed escort, Mr. Zhao, could stand against her. Damn. Very impressive then. Very impressive prowess. The waiter counts out the names on his fingers, while the innkeeper shakes her head disapprovingly. She's certainly bitten off more than she can chew this time. I highly doubt it. Oh no, they're coming this way. Come, let's get out of here. You there, are you coming? She's just fully asleep. The sleeping Taoist only shifts place in response, clearly more interested in staying where she is. As the fight draws closer, the innkeeper lets out a wary sigh, grabs her bumbling waiter by the collar, and rushes into the kitchen. Alright. And we're still calmly asleep. So, you've got a few tricks up your sleeve after all. Not bad. If you return the money you swindled and swear to clean up your act, I'll let you go. She looks cool. Her outfit is very reminiscent of the colors and designs on the mule, and also I guess paper Heron, but more so the mule. I think the colors match, like the orange and the turquoise or green. Ha! And what makes you think I'll stay true to my word? That money is long gone, and I wouldn't be so confident if I were you. With a glance at the napping Taoist, the man's sneer twists into a malicious grin. He flicks his wrist, sending his knife flying toward her. Watch out! Come on, wake up! Clutch up, paper Heron. Gritting her teeth, she pivots and throws her longsword, sending it flying through the air and knocking the knife aside. She breathes a subtle sigh of relief. Oh damn, that's really impressive from the girl. Clang. The longsword clatters to the ground, the sound almost lost in the man's bellowing laughter. With another sneer, he draws a second blade and brings it down in a heavy slash. Oh dear.
I don't think that's for the best.
Now that's a little much, don't you think? The blade stops mid-descent, its edge caught between a pair of fingers. Oh my god, she caught it with her fingers. That's so based. White chi coats the Taoist's fingertips. She turns and smiles at the stunned girl. Apologies for interrupting. I'm sure you can handle him yourself, but I just hate it when people don't play fair.
My cake!
I should have... No, my cake! She swiftly brings her index and middle fingers together, tracing a sigil in the air. At once, the blade-knocked cake sails back onto the table. Phew, that was close. A Taoist? The man looks her over and notices the white jade sword at her side. Yep. So this will have to be pre-seal and pre-Huangzhou, because obviously, you know, everything unfolded and she sealed herself, and Cheng Heguang as well as Master, so this is before that, obviously. So she still has the white jade sword. So I guess this would be after her first sealing then, like the first time she got sealed. So you had a powerful master waiting for me, did you? Powerful master? Who? Where? She doesn't know he's referring to her. You're nothing but a fraud. Despicable little bug. I know nothing of her. I only really came for the cakes. Trouble showed up, so I stepped in. Nothing more, nothing less.
But...
Now that you've stopped, perhaps we can talk this out like reasonable people. Oh, the man lashes out with another strike, harmlessly cutting through the air above the Taoist's head. Not a talker, I see. Alright. With the flow of chi, the mind opens. Wait a second. Her animation still has the broken white jade sword though. That's kind of goofy. But I'm assuming, yeah, the whole sword should still be intact by now. Okay. We need to trace the line. Oh my god. Okay, okay. Hello? How good am I at tracing? Can I let go? Okay, I can let go. Okay, that's helpful. I mean, how accurately do I need to trace this? I feel like it's like guiding me though. Actually, I don't know. I think this is largely my own tracing. I could be wrong. Yeah, I'm like kind of off, but yeah, okay, no, it's definitely not guided, I think. This is a cool minigame, no? Doesn't require too much thought, just a lot of mechanical effort. Okay. Fantastic. Oh, that looks kind of trippy, no? It's like the bird like springs out into two. That looks very weird. Nice, we did it. Oh my god, and it's that actual drawing. A red paper swallow flutters in the air, spins twice, and then comes to rest on the tip of the man's knife. Is that all you've got? The paper swallow teeters on the spot.
Oh, my mistake.
Oh, sorry. Haven't done this for a while. Now!
What's wrong?
What's happening? The man only stares, dumbfounded, as the swallow snatches the knife by the hilt and flies off with it toward the gate. Oh my god. How does it do that? It's a paper swallow, and it just picked up a whole knife. Impressive. My knife! You too. Ugh, fine. You and your master win this round, little bug. But don't let me see you in Shuntown again.
Not to worry.
What a coincidence. I was planning on moving on anyway. Oh, he's gone. I wonder if he heard me. The Taoist sits back with a yawn and a lazy shake of her head, her eyes turning to the girl's meal. Your meal. Perhaps you'd like to tie it up. Huh? Oh, right. Gathering herself, the girl affectionately pats the mule's ear and ties it to a pillar. That was rather hairy. Thank you for dealing with that bird. My name is Pip, by the way. Would my rescuer be so kind as to give me hers? Hello, Pip. Nice to meet you.
Think nothing of it.
You're very welcome, Pip. They call me Paper Heron. Lady Paper Heron! But just Heron will do. Alright, Heron.
Heron.
Sorry to have disturbed your rest. Please, allow me to repay you with a meal. Oh, there's no need for that. I still have my cakes to work through. It would be remiss of me not to... Drop that right this instant! What's happening? A sheet of snow slides down from the inn's eaves. Paper Heron turns her gaze toward Pip's outburst. The mule, somehow freed, eyes her slowly. Then, with a deft flick of its tongue, it swipes the last cake. Oh dear, that's our cake. That's devastating stuff. This mule, man. Did your mule just... I swear to you, I didn't tell him to do that. Oh my god. This goofy mule. Right. Not to worry. So, you said something about buying me a meal. Immediately cashing it in after turning her down. Nice. We got a free meal out of this. Very nice. To be continued. Alright, let's press on. Very nice. Very chill. There was a little scuffle, of course, with that man with the knife, but it's like whatever. Ooh, I wonder if this symbol is referring to the minigame that we're gonna have, because this one has a bird, and we drew out the bird. Yeah, that looks possible. Ooh, we got some clear drops. Fantastic. Let's press on. Part 2. The mountain in her memory. I hope that towards the end of this character story we catch glimpses of what she's been doing out here in the modern world. Oh, hello. Who are you?
Heron.
Hello.
Finch.
I thought you were due to be back tomorrow. So, what did you do with yourself while I was away? Is this a White Horse School? I assume so. Hello, Pearl Finch.
Well...
The only thing here is to do. Recite texts, morning and evening, over and over. And Master sighing in the courtyard has nothing to do with you. Well, he asked me a question, and I answered honestly. Fantastic. Pearl Finch lets out a resigned, knowing sigh. Answered honestly. And what might that answer have been exactly? Yesterday, before the morning class, Master went into his long lecture as always. and then asked each of us about our plans for the future. Oh damn, we're talking about our career plans. It's like a school. Brother Liang's aspirations are the same as always. He dreams of mastering the art of the blade once to carry the White Horse School's name far and wide.
Well,
You can guess what Master said to that. Our school's sword is not a tool for violence.
what do you think, eh?
Not a bad impression, eh? Well, you would know how to do it. You're the one who puts that look on his face most often. Then brother San, then brother San stepped forward and said, all who practice Taoism ought not to disrupt the natural flow of things, but rather tend to their own minds. The very idea passed down from ancestor Lu. You know the words. When one's mind is tranquil and free of distracting thoughts, all things between heaven and earth will become one with it. Master got so angry, he did that thing where he paced back and forth with his hands clasped behind his back. That's funny. Oh, what am I to do with you all?
Finch,
That's exactly what Master said. Favorite Heron clears her throat and puts her hands behind her back. Is she gonna start pacing around? Your honesty is commendable. However, you have chosen narrow paths, ones lacking true vision or growth. Pearl Finch, your senior sister, however, possesses a more expansive vision. You would do well to look to her as your role model. I was so happy for you, hearing such praise, that he caught me off guard when he suddenly asked me to share my own desires. You told him you want to go down the mountain and sell mung bean cakes, didn't you? Yes, Wait, how did you know that? Brother Liang greeted me with the news before I even stepped through the gate. Paper Heron's stern senior finally smiles. If I recall, it was Taosu last time. What a turn to mung bean cakes. Well, Taosu are much too tricky to make. I'd never get the crust crisp enough. Mung bean cakes are far easier.
Heron.
Clearly, you fought this through. Of course I have. If spiritual development demands our full focus, and I say daily life does too. Master teaches that the way is in everything. Brother Liang seeks it in the sword, Brother San in the mind. As for me, I'll look for it in my cakes. Perhaps we'll each find our way. Oh my god, that's so goofy. No wonder Master is upset. One fights, one studies, and one dreams of running a cake shop. The greatest White Horse School ever. The White Horse School has soldiers, scholars, and even wanderers, yet none will answer its true calling. None will take up the duty of subduing Lanzhu. Yep. Truly a failure of a school, if you ask me. That was a joke, but these guys are they're so quirky. That's not true. We still have you. I wonder what happened to Pearl Finch, though. Oh wait, no. Like, she was part of the White Horse School, so she probably died, before the sealing. Me?
That's right.
We all know Master favors you, and you're the one who's been seeing to the school's affairs. It's only right that you inherit its legacy. But I wonder, why, at the end, Paper Heron was chosen to be sealed with the sword, instead of Finch, instead of Pearl Finch. Interesting.
Me?
I don't think so. Oh, wait,
I don't think so.
Okay, fantastic. She just spoke the entire line. Good stuff. Keeping Lanzhu subdued is our shared duty. A duty we all accept without hesitation. But, when the day is done, we each have different gifts. She shakes her head and smiles, her shoulders dropping as she decides not to finish her thought. Okay.
Never mind.
Okay, that's slightly worrisome, but... So, I brought some fresh Taosu from town. I'm not certain they'll be to your liking, but... Paper Heron's hand darts out, retrieving a Taosu with masterful precision. She takes a bite, and her expression melts with satisfaction. Fantastic stuff. Heavens above, this is a taste! Why do mine never taste like this? Well, this confirms things. For me, the way does not lie in Taosu. It is only in mung bean cakes that I shall discover my path. It's so goofy. Perhaps wait until you try some tomorrow before declaring your life's new mission.
Finch.
Tomorrow? What's so important about... Wait, you plan to take me down the mountain? Not for fun. We've got some business to attend to down there. She looks very cool. This little hat thing kind of reminds... Actually, no. Actually, no. This is like a really traditional Dao's outfit, I think. Especially this hat thing. I was about to say it makes her look a bit weird, but no. I think this is actually something that Daoists wear. Like this little hat thing that like has something like... This little hat thing. And then this like fabric that flows behind the head, I think. And then of course the robes are pretty standard as well. Cool.
In the future.
And if only if you promise me one thing. If Master asks what you desire, please stop telling him you want to sell paper cuttings for snacks. Alright, fine. I shall tell only you. He has high hopes for you. Oh, okay, he does. Interesting. I wonder, why... Like, what type of potential that he saw in her specifically. It hurts him to hear you say it. I see. Interesting. So maybe Paper Heron has some innate talent that the master knows of. A ladle of hot oil splatters over the tofu, releasing the sharp aroma of spring onions and chili that hits the customers immediately. This tofu, is it supposed to have this white fuzz? Don't worry, miss. This is a Huanzhou specialty. Hairy tofu. You won't find it anywhere else. Hairy tofu? That sounds so bizarre. Why is it hairy? Does it like come from like critters or something? Don't tell me there's actual hairs in there. Also, we're in Huanzhou now, so that's pretty cool. Oh wow, it tastes incredible. Heron, you must try some. Try some. Achoo! It's alright. Not too different from the tofu I've had before. You don't like it? Let's get you something else. Oh.
That's all right.
Ah, don't you fret. I'm just being picky. No. I promise you a good meal, so good meal you'll get. Excuse me, may I have...
But...
You want more? But you've already ordered 8 dishes.
All right.
Oh, would you look at that? Pip glances at the full table and hesitates.
Heron.
It seems none of these dishes were to your liking, Heron. Well, this is post seal, it's post seal Paper Heron, so it makes sense that she's losing her sense of taste by now. And we're also closing in on Huanzhou, so it's only getting worse and worse. So I guess at this point she's already failing to feel her tastes again at this point. Will you still help me? Oh, what's she asking for help about? Paper Heron can't help but laugh. You've been generous to me despite my picky habits. It would be wrong of me not to. You mentioned something about Lanju, correct? Oh,
I think...
interesting. We're both Taoists, so you must know the story. The one about the Huanzhou immortal who sealed the beast away. Well, yes, I know it. And you want my help dealing with this beast, eh? That won't be an easy task. Okay, so yeah, so Pip is referring to Paper Heron here. But yeah, I guess at this point Paper Heron already taught the method of the way to... Wait. Yeah, I guess she taught the method of the way to Master Ren already, but I guess she hasn't handed over the sword to the School of Mage just yet, because she was said to still have the sword, I think. Pip is startled by her directness. Of course not. We don't have that kind of strength. What I wanted to ask was, are you familiar with chi stagnation? Oh.
About that...
That's kind of what was happening in modern day Chu County, right? The stagnated flow of chi. In a manner of speaking, yes, though I'm not certain we're thinking of the same thing. I've only heard my elders mention this, so please correct me if I'm wrong.
That's all right.
Go ahead. Tell me what they said. The beast was subdued, but its influence on Huangzhou remains, causing some places to suffer from a stagnation in the flow of qi. I was told the danger varies. Sometimes it's little more than a tremor. Sometimes it causes mountains to crumble or rivers to change their course. But no matter the scale, it cannot be ignored. Left to fester, even minor stagnation can spiral into a catastrophe.
Indeed.
Sounds about right to me, though few possess this knowledge. Those touched by the immortal's power are rare. The immortal? Oh, you mean the Taoist who once subdued Lanzhou?
Yes, that's right.
About 200 years ago, one of my ancestors passed near Zhu County and was fortunate enough to receive guidance from that very same immortal. Of course, we don't come close to their level of skill, but we can still discern a thing or two for the flow of qi. I'm assuming the immortal they're talking about is just Paper Heron, but has it really been 200 years since you awoke? I thought it was like 100 years, but maybe not. Actually, I don't know how long Paper Heron lived past her awakening. Surely can't have been that long though, because I don't know how. Because Master Ren is a painted face Yao, but I don't know how long a painted face Yao lives for. Because if she lives a shorter than human lifespan, then there's no way that that could have been her then. That could have been Paper Heron then. Because 200 years ago is way too far back for Master Ren to be still alive by the events of the main event story.
200 years.
Has it really been that long? Oh, or maybe it has been 200 years. They say, for an immortal, a century is but a moment. Anyway, while I was passing through, I noticed signs of stagnant qi flow nearby, enough to tell me that it could be serious. Would you help me investigate them? I swear, if you help me, I will come to your aid whenever you need it. I don't know if I'll be much use to someone like you, but I'll do whatever I can.
Sure.
Alright.
You mean to say...
You've agreed? Just like that? Of course, why not? You've given me a meal. Paper Heron drums her fingers on the table.
That's right.
Well, you know what they say, destiny brings people together. And it seems, in our own ways, we're both bound to that immortal. A rarer touch of destiny than most encounter in their lives, wouldn't you say? Fantastic stuff. To be continued. Very nice. Cool. Okay, time to cut this out. Which direction? Oh dear, that's really... Oh dear. This is a very poor drawing. I'm trying to trace it a bit faster. But yeah, interesting. Glad to see Pip and Paper Heron, you know, discussing Taoism. And we're just referencing Paper Heron in the past 200 years ago apparently. So maybe Master Ren was alive for 200 years. Oh dear, I was so distracted by my yap that I drew a very terrible outline tracing. Yep, that's disgusting. Fantastic. Cool. Now we got all these people. Alright. Let's claim this. Let's press on to Portward Bound. Part 3. Very cool. Let's investigate some stagnant qi flows, which is kind of funny because it's the exact same thing we did in the main story as well. A cool evening spring breeze carries a scent of magnolia and the soft damp breath of the river. As night falls, the bustling market street winds down, and a vendor carrying 2 baskets of unsold magnolia flowers slowly walks toward its end. Paper Heron leans on the windowsill, watching. She doesn't blink until the vendor disappears into the distant shadows. What's on your mind? Ah, so this is past Paper Heron and Pearlfinch's like journey into the off the mountain. I was thinking, every time I come down from the mountain, there's so much that feels new. Like that play, Receiving Longevity. That was my first time seeing a floating stage on the water. They were so far away, I could hardly see the person wielding the sword, but it must have been amazing. The cheers swelled like ocean waves. And the lanterns on the boats, they lit up the whole river.
Yes.
We've come just in time for the Dushuo festival. It's my first time seeing it all too. They weave such beautiful lanterns. The bamboo splints they use are shaved so thin and woven together as finely as thread. And when they move, it's like watching carp swimming in a lotus pond. Brother Liang bought one once. Do you remember?
But
You're right, he did. But I like these lanterns more. Though I'm not so sure about all the new food. Tofu with white fuzz, fish with strange flavors. Not to say they're bad, but... And the magnolia cellar just now. We also saw one at the city gate this morning. Magnolia flowers. Yes. You can take some back if you like.
well,
I would like some, but I'm worried they'll wilt before we make it back up the mountain. Damn, how long is the journey up the mountain? It's better that someone else buys them. They'll last longer that way. Here you are, your tea. As they're talking, a waiter arrives with their tea and 2 plates of delicate pastries. Ooh, nice. We're in a tavern in question mark. These pastries are a delicacy from the Wu region. I hope you enjoy them. You have pastries from Wu?
Yes.
Yes, indeed. We're the only establishment in all of Huanzhou that sells them. See that ferry out there? Delectable as they are, these pastries don't keep for long. They're best fresh from the boat. Were they to be sent to the next town, they'd lose their flavor before they ever arrived. Huanzhou is all mountains, which makes travel difficult, but there is a ferry just east of our Shun town. Thanks to that, we can use horses and boats to deliver these pastries here while they are still fresh. Wu-style pastries are the finest, though they tend to be very sweet. I do hope they're to your liking.
much appreciated.
Thank you. Now I have to try them. She picks up the nearest one and examines it carefully.
It's very sweet.
Wait. Master says I'm from Wu too. So what's so what's in blah? It's sweet. It's filled with red bean paste. I did warn you. And before you ask, no, there are no refunds. Damn, what a scammer. Pearlfin shakes her head with a smile and pushes a cup of clear tea toward Paper Heron. Drink this, it will cut the sweetness. With the spring's tea leaves not yet ready, the establishment still serves last year's tea. Its leaves are aged, but the brew is light and clear. These mung bean cakes taste nothing like the ones our brothers bought. By my eye, it seems they've used sticky rice and sesame oil. I wonder how they mix it all together. If I were to sell them, I wouldn't use that rock sugar bean paste. I'd go with something lighter. But what's better? Maybe salt and pepper? I love how she's just thinking about this deeply, instead of focusing on her Taoism that's based. We're like falling asleep or something.
Finch!
Finch, are you still listening? The wind picks up. Bells chimes gently under the building's eaves, and a pair of resting birds fly away, startled.
Heron.
Is it truly your desire to go down a mountain and sell cakes? Of course, but I can't just leave. Just like our brothers. They don't really want to stay on the mountain either, do they? Brother Liang, I've watched him practice with his sword. He's amazing. He wields his blade like the heroes in the story. The ones whose swords can cut water. But our techniques focus on regulating qi, concentration, and visualization. The longevity sword cares little for physical sharpness.
That's right.
True. And Brother San lives only for poetry and song. When I first came, he'd have his nose in a book of verses all day. All that knowledge, and he still couldn't remember the Grandmaster's full title. Convincing him to read Taoist texts for decades would be a real challenge. You've all been so kind to me, stayed with me. How could I possibly leave you behind? You. I can't even... Do you have any idea how many dream of joining the White Horse School to learn the method of longevity? And yet, the three of you act as though it's nothing.
But what's the difference?
Between selling cakes and studying the method. There you go again. She lets out a long, weary sigh. Of course there's a difference. Okay. But yeah, cool to see though that these three students in particular have they've got different ambitions beyond learning the method of longevity. Half melted snow leaves the ground slick with mud. At times like this, few are willing to brave the streets, save for a couple of tired-looking market stall vendors leaning against the roadside.
I think that...
You know, I reckon we should head into the big fair in Jew County next year. What's the point of staying in Shun Town? I'll think about it. What is there to think about? Look around. The town's empty. The only way to make money here is by depending on travelers or getting into some shady business. And the second is not an option for us.
I see.
I know, but my family has lived in Shun Town for generations. Leaving isn't easy as all that. Not like it's any different for me, but you know what they say. A transplanted tree dies, but a relocated person thrives. Suddenly, the sound of hooves cuts through their conversation. It's Pip!
May I ask?
Oh, it's favorite Heron. Maybe and Pip. Excuse me, can you tell me how to get to the East Port? East Port? I can tell from your accent that you're not a local. If you're going to the Jew County Fair, then the port is in the wrong direction. That's quite alright. I'm not heading to Jew County. Forgive my asking, but why are you going there alone? That place is all but deserted.
Not to worry.
Oh, I'm not traveling alone. I have a friend with me. She forgot the way, see? So I thought I'd come back to ask for directions. Excuse my friend here, miss. What do you do or where you travel is none of our business. See the python ahead? Go past it. Head straight east. Cross the woods to the river, then follow it downstream.
Much appreciated.
Thank you kindly. She bows and turns to leave, but stops short, remembering something. One more thing. Does the East Port have a ferry?
Yes.
It did once upon a time, but it's been empty for a long while. Oh dear, maybe that's why they're not shipping in the woo cakes that are really sweet. Maybe Pepper Heron's hunting these cakes, you know, because they were really sweet. So maybe if she tastes them, these really sweet cakes, she might be able to trigger some of her taste buds back, maybe, because they're deteriorating.
I see.
I thought as much. I believe I've traveled on one there before. You must be joking. Even in my grandfather's time, the ferries were deserted. When could you have possibly traveled on one? Bro doesn't know. To be continued. Alright. Alright. Let's press on to part 4. Old tricks. What are these old tricks? Oh, very scary looking forest. The melting snow now lies thick, soaking last year's fallen leaves and branches. Pip slogs ahead through the mud, pulling her mule behind her. I thought the path would be easier once it warmed up. We can take a breath here if you like. A breath? Yeah, a breath here. Paper Heron takes the mule by the reins and ties it to a dead tree beside the path.
Why is that?
Is there a reason why you don't ride your mule? Hearing the question, the mule looks up at the Taoist, then drops its head and continues its search for seeds under the leaves. Because he isn't mine. Oh. The chi stagnation we're seeking stems from somewhere near an old man's house near the East Port. I wasn't able to fully explain what chi stagnation is to him. Still, he understood I wanted to help and insisted on giving me this meal. But until I finish what I came here to do, I can't accept his reward. Respectable. Pip affectionately pats the mule's back. I wonder what needs to what happens though for this mule to be transferred to Paper Heron instead. I guess maybe this quest will tell us. This story, sorry. Paper Heron gives a nod of approval and gives the mule several pats of her own. You're right. It's the proper way to do things. Heron, you said you've been to the East Port before. When was that? A good 100 years ago.
I don't remember.
But I know it was very many years ago. But you don't appear to be much older than I am.
Well...
And how do you know I haven't used a technique to preserve my youth, Or that I draw power from moonlight, apply storax ash to my face each night, or drink a specially brewed tonic made from the purest water? Really? Which one is it? What's your secret? Haha, none. You're so gullible. I can't help but wonder how your family allows you to travel alone. Oh, is her family dead? Or she has no family? Oh dear.
Heron.
I think I've rested enough. Time to move. Maybe we can reach town before dark. Pip looks around, her gaze darting between unfamiliar landmarks.
But...
I think I'm lost again. We're the woods to the east, right? But which way is east?
Heron.
Heron, is east to our left or right? I don't know. Look at the sun. We can always use the sun. An hour passes. Oh dear, are we lost? We're totally lost. We're back where we started. Heron, you don't know that way either. Well, I always followed my seniors. I never had the need to learn how to find the way myself.
Well
Bruh.
now, what to do?
But since we're looking for chi stagnation, perhaps I can come up with a different solution to help guide us. Did you just say the way? Or did I mishear that?
Well now, what to do?
Oh, what? It just skipped the dialogue, okay. Paper Heron opens her palm and blows, her breath gently lifting a paper swallow to the breeze. Okay. I don't think she said way. I mean, she said the sound way, but I don't think it was referring to way. I don't know. It wobbles in the air for a moment before tilting its head back. I left a trace of chi on it. As long as we're not too far, it should be able to guide us to the stagnant chi. My only hope is that we haven't wandered too far.
But...
The swallow circles Paper Heron twice, then lands on her hair and begins pecking at its wing. It's never flown that fast before. Pip, did you see which way it went? It seems to be on your head. On my head? She pauses, then retrieves the paper swallow from her hair. Cupping it in her palm, she brings it up to her eye level. The swallow remains still, all previous signs of life absent. After a moment, Paper Heron sighs.
Now.
Alright, I understand. It's no fault of yours, but we need you to find something else. Whispering to the swallow in words Pip cannot understand, she swiftly sketches signs in the air with her index finger before clapping softly. Go! You got this, bird! The swallow scans its surroundings, then flaps its wings and drifts toward the brush on the right.
What do you think, eh?
There, not a bad trick, eh? I guess she was just tracking something else that could help lead to the chi. Fantastic. Okay, we're in the forest depths in Shintown. This technique of yours, is it similar to what you did to that brute's knife back at the inn?
That's right.
Good eye. It's just a little trick I picked up. I can teach you if you like. Come to think of it, we were so busy finding the way that I failed to ask. Why were you fighting that man in the first place? He's a fraud. One that almost fooled me too. He had set up a fortune teller's stall by the bridge. He claimed the land was cursed, blaming it for the town's decline, and offered to cleanse the misfortunes in exchange for offerings. At first, I thought for certain he'd known more about Xi's stagnation, so I wanted to ask for his advice, but after observing him for 2 days, I realized he was a fraud. He had enough skills to convince the villagers, sending dead leaves spinning in the air, making pebbles float, that sort of thing. But when I confronted him, we'd hardly spoken a few words before he'd drawn his blade. Damn.
I see.
But before you fought, did it ever occur to you that you might lose?
I think...
I wasn't about to stand back and let him swindle those poor people out of their money. Besides, you can only be sure of victory if you fight. And what was your plan if you didn't win? I figured someone like you would step in and put things to rights. Damn, that's a lot of trust. Putting in coincidences. What if there wasn't anyone? Paper Heron moves a dead branch out of Pip's path. Thank you. If I'd failed, I'd have retreated. There'd be no shame in losing, and when I'm older and stronger, I would return and win. When I'm around your age, I doubt I'll lose to anyone. Yeah, if you're like 200 years old, I'm sure you won't be losing to anyone. My age? That's a lot further away than you might think.
But
I have to say, your strategy of retreating when you can't win is truly a Taoist act. Follow the heart and accept the natural way of things. Shout out the way. Pip walks a few steps ahead in silence, eventually speaking with her back still to Paper Heron.
Heron.
That fraud spoke lies, but his words about the town failing, those seem true. Why is this sad music playing though? The man who gave me this mule. The Chin town was once a bustling place. Now, it's only lively during the big fair in Ju County nearby. Can stagnant chi flow make a place make so many lives go wrong?
perhaps.
Plants die, water turns foul, animals leave. It all can happen, but we need to see for ourselves. Many things can change a town's fortune. Ever since I came down the mountain, I've tried to right wrongs, fight when I see injustice. I've even exposed a few cheats along the way. Pawnbroker Wang forced low prices and exploited the townspeople. I argued with him. Qianxi Li deceived his patients by selling incense ash as elixirs. I called him out. And Zhao, head of the armed escort, let his men bully the merchants, so I fought him too. Damn, she's just fighting everyone. It's pretty,
But
I don't know. But nothing seems to have changed. Maybe I just don't know enough yet. If I were like you, or even better than you, that wouldn't change anything. You have a good heart, Bep, and your mind is in the right place, but there are some things no one person can do. Great skills can make a dead tree sprout, and a flower bloom for 100 years. But no one can return to a spring that has already passed. All things flow as they will. Such is the way. Paper Heron suddenly tilts her head, listening to something in the near distance. Then she smiles.
Never mind.
Forget it. Let's just focus on what's in front of us. Listen, do you hear water? We found a river? Let's go. Fantastic. We only wandered for like 3 hours. To be continued. Good stuff. Alright, let's press on to part 5. Withered grass. You know, it's been a pretty chill and relaxing quest thus far. I mean story. Kind of matching Paper Heron's chill and relaxed state here. Very nice. Let's press on. Part 5. Withered grass. Why is the grass withered? We found a river though, so that's fantastic. Apricot tree in the East Port.
Whoa.
Your paper swallow is amazing.
Hmm?
Is this really the East Port? It looks nothing like I remember. It's quite different from the town too. It looks like a swamp. Frost still clings to the trees near the water, barring signs of life or greenery. Ahead, the river moves slowly, cutting its path through stretches of dry grass and sandbars. Near the door of a tall, worn house, an old man with white hair and a beard stares at one of the dead trees. I was just thinking the same thing. What do you... Suddenly, the mule lifts its head and brays. Then, without warning, it charges forward. Hey you, don't be so impatient. You're back. Didn't I tell you to accompany this young lady? This nice young lady. The mule stops beside the old man. It seems more comfortable here with you. I only want to do the right thing, sir. There's no need to give me anything in return. No, no. What would an old man like me do with a mule anyhow? You're a strong, good fellow, aren't you, boy? You'll be wasted with me, don't you think?
I see.
I know. I'll miss you too. But this is for the best. Once, many people passed through here. I made enough to feed you back then. But now, well, I'm sorry. I can't anymore. He gently strokes the mule's ear and sighs. Look at me, going on about a mule. What brings you back so soon? You can rest assured, sir. Help has arrived. This is Paper Heron. I may have lacked the skills to finish what I started, but I'm certain that she will be able to help. Paper Heron smiles at the old man and glances thoughtfully at the dead apricot tree nearby. Seems we've come to the right place. Is the cheese stagnation like around that apricot tree or something? Oh, don't trouble yourselves. The good days are long gone, and they're not coming back. Madam, I apologize for getting you involved in this nonsense. It is not nonsense. There's a strong wind in the air. If you're to say, please come inside to talk. Alright. Let's yap. Let's share ideas and stories. Alright. It looks pretty fancy in here. It's not much, but you're welcome here. Allow me to make you some tea. Bright light streams through the window, making the time-worn carvings difficult to see. Inside, the furniture is fine but old, lending the room a solemn air. Alright, while he's making tea, let's speak frankly. Frankly? About what exactly?
Heron.
The old man doesn't understand what's going on. How can he? But we both know this place is suffering from cheese stagnation. On the way here, did you notice anything unusual? Now that you mention it, yes. There were a few oddities on the road. Such as? Let's see. I got woken up by a fight, had my cake stolen by a mule, and spent most of the trip wandering around lost. Quite a peculiar turn of events, wouldn't you say? Oh, Paper Heron, you goofy girl. Not that kind of unusual. I'm talking about the chi flow.
I have a vague memory.
It is true that this was once a busy ferry crossing. Oh my, few remember that old ferry now. The old man hobbles over with a platter of coarse porcelain bowls filled to the brim with strong tea. He sets them on the table, its lacquer worn and patchy, but its surface clean.
Please.
This is the local blend. When the ferry fried, even the people of Wu loved it. It can't quite compare to the fancy teas folk prefer now, but they'll certainly quench your thirst. Fantastic, thanks man.
That's all right.
This will do nicely, really. I'm not picky. Smiling, she takes a generous sip.
Melga.
Oh my, this tea is good. Better than most I've tried. Pep, you really must take a sip. I mean, he said it was quite strong, so maybe that's strong enough to, like, help with Paper Heron's, like, declining taste. Me? I tried it last time. Pip holds her warm bowl in her hands, but her focus remains anywhere else. She hesitates, then leans forward, looking at her companion across from her.
Heron,
I know you know more than you're letting on. Please, just tell me the truth. Do you think Shintown went downhill because there's something wrong with the chi here? Outside the window, a dead leaf falls in silence.
Not quite.
No.
Indeed.
The chi here is blocked, that much is certain. But you can't pin a whole town's bad luck on just that. As I said before, there could be many reasons for what's happening here. It could be the shifting of trade routes, or simply a turning of the human heart.
Well, everything has its season.
Such is the way. Not everything comes from magic and sorcery, nor can they be fixed by them.
Yes.
She's right. I don't understand chi like the two of you seem to. But the new trade routes that opened all go through Ju County, so the ferry and town fell silent. That's just how things are. Please excuse her, madam. She's young, and her heart is in the right place. She believes everything must have a reason, a solution. So, it's not the chi?
But
I never said it wasn't. Stagnant chi flows do pose a bit of a problem. Paper Heron pauses for a moment in thought before changing the topic of conversation to a more optimistic motif.
I think...
Spring comes upon a withered tree. True, I cannot bring spring back, but making an old tree bloom again, that I can do. What? It used to be a local custom to plant trees here, back when the ferry so rad. For those returning, the sight of our tree standing guard was how we knew we were home, even before the ferry docked. My family has lived by the ferry for generations. This apricot tree was planted by my ancestors. It's a reminder of home. Many generations have lived under its shade. My grandfather stood under this tree when he sent my father off to work in the water. My father stood under it to see me push off for the first time. And every time we returned home, the tree was the first thing we saw. And now the ferry is dead. Sometimes I think that the ferry, this tree, and I are all too old.
Yes.
If it could bloom again, that would grant this old man his dearest wish. Paper Heron tilts her head in thought, a wry smile forming on her lips. With a small flourish, she conjures a red paper-cut May blossom. It drifts down to settle on the worn table. Alright, let's bring this tree back to life. Am I gonna have to cut this? To be continued, okay. I feel like that part went by a bit quickly then. Regardless, let's cut out this this flower. Oh, we're only cutting out part of it. It's okay. Okay, my lines are very, like, not very well aligned. They're not very well traced, I'm afraid. I do apologize. Fantastic. Nice. Very nice looking flower. Alright. Let's claim this. Let's do part 6. Let's see. Sorrows of a distant past. Are we gonna flash back to Pearl Finch a little bit? No, we're still here at the apricot tree near the Chintown Eastport. Oh wait, this is the past, no? This is a boatman. 3, 2, 1, good. Through the line, slowly now. Don't hit anything. Where's the tea? I need a hand. The last of the cargo is loaded, and the bustle at the ferry terminal fades to a murmur. Sunset dances an apricot tree's shadow on the water, while a white bird glides over its golden surface. This is the place with cheese stagnation. It seems normal to me. Oh wait, there's still boatmen here. Oh, so this is modern day. My fault. I thought that this was the past. I was expecting crumbled mountains and barren earth. Oh wait, no, this is... Okay, no, this is the past. Okay. Yeah, this is the Eastport then, I guess. With the apricot tree? Wait, so is this... Wait, so is this the second time this place has had cheese stagnation? Or is this a different place? The Wonder Master's mad at you. You only hear what you want to hear. What you're describing is the chaos of Qi when Lanchu awakens. Qi's stagnation is entirely different. Ah, yes, that's right. I remember now. A place suffering Qi stagnation is effectively sealed shut. Nothing in it changes, grows, or dies, right? Close, but not quite. To seal away Qi altogether would require a very powerful artifact. The Jade Sword. The Jade Swords. Like Master Sword. Oh, Heron, always drawn to the most peculiar things.
But...
More often, the life force in such places quietly fades away. You might not notice it at first, but over time, this decay becomes evident. That sounds serious, she says with a solemn face. And then she immediately smiles again. Oh, that's hilarious. It could be major or minor. A mountain might collapse, or a small patch of grass might wither. No one can predict what will happen until the signs appear.
Ah, I see.
So the whole town could suffer a serious disaster, or just... She glances up at the apricot tree she leans against. This apricot tree here might not bloom again.
Yes.
Either way, we should act before any trouble arises. Better to be safe than sorry. From what I can gather, there are traces of Lanju's first last awakening still lingering here. The flow of Qi is partially blocked. It's nothing too serious, but it's hard to rid it for good. It will need cleansing now and then. Really? That's great! I mean, good, yes. I can help you whenever you come down the mountain.
But...
Any thoughts on when you'll be coming down next? The older Taoist looks at her, amused.
I think...
I'd say about 200 years from now, give or take a decade. Oh my gosh, you fully predicted it. Oh wait, this is a... Wait, is this a joke?
Heron.
By then, you'll be able to travel on your own. You won't need to follow me.
Two... 200 years?
200 years ago, this was wild land, you know. No one lived here. Now, it's a port with ferries and traders busying its waters. Wait, is she 200 years old? Who knows what it will be like in another 200 years.
We see.
The waters and fields will remain, but the sights will surely change. A river breeze blows along the water's edge, knocking a few white and pink petals from their branches. Paper Heron catches one, holding it up to examine its dry, yellowed edge. Letting it fall to the ground, she turns her gaze to the treetop. But yeah, maybe Pearl Finch said she'll be back 200 years from now, because this tree, she predicted that 200 years from now, This chi stagnation might occur again? I don't know.
200 years.
This tree could grow to be as tall as a May tree at our school.
Perhaps.
If it's lucky, if no axe cuts it down, if no disaster strikes. Or in 200 years, it could be forgotten. It's not quite forgotten just yet. We've got one old man who still remembers it. I thought you'd be disappointed once you learn we're just saving one tree. I made a promise to the old man to help, and I will. Besides, saving a tree is a good thing.
But
where do we start? The girl stares up at the long barren tree, unsure of how to proceed. I did some investigating of my own. Clearing the chi won't be the only difficulty. There's also an enchantment placed here by an immortal. Immortal, like Paper Heron immortal?
I think
this immortal saw the problem and placed an enchantment to clear the chi. Clever, but over 100 years have passed. The enchantment has decayed, letting the chi stagnate once more. Or maybe it's Pearl Finch who placed the actual enchantment. I don't know. How am I supposed to fix an immortal's work? Well, luckily Paper Heron's here to save the day.
that's all right.
Not to worry, I know how. What a goat. You do?
Well,
Intricate as this enchantment may be, it is no immortal skill. Just a common ritual from my school. I've seen it many times since I was a youth.
That's right.
Your school? You didn't mention much about it on the way here. What's it like?
but
Is it Huanzhou? But we keep to ourselves up in the mountains, so you may not have heard of it. It sounds like a nice place to learn and grow your skills, away from the world. Not exactly.
all things have their time.
My master once said that in the old days, our seniors often descended the mountain. There's even a tale of a sage asking the head of our school for guidance, but that was long ago. No sect lasts forever. As for the students, they're all dead except for me. Very sad. They must all be skilled cultivators of chi, like you. Like me. Yes and no. Each of us walked a different path. I was the last to join, see? And I'd always been a bit of a handful. Still, they all cared for me. Brother Liang was impatient and quick-tempered, always training the sword. He didn't quite fit the image of a master, more like a storybook villain. He ventured down the mountain more than anyone, loved meddling in other people's affairs. Brother San hardly spoke, choosing only to read the Taoist texts over and over. He had the appearance of a master, but he loved to lecture and scold people. And when he did speak, his words were often so fancy that sometimes I think even he didn't know what he was talking about. I also had a senior sister at the school. We were the closest. She was kind. Master liked her. Whenever there was trouble, we went directly to her. And if Master was going to punish someone, we'd ask her to intervene.
But
she didn't quite fit the image of a master either. The masters and tails are always ill-tempered, but not her. Another river ripples the face of the water, and several dead leaves float down from a bare branch.
Heron.
Pepper Heron seems totally lost in the branches of the apricot tree.
Was.
Oh, sorry, I was lost in thought. Now, this enchantment. It's not one I've ever studied formally, but it's common enough knowledge in the school. It shouldn't prove too difficult. Here we go. Let's go. Paper Heron puts two fingers together, takes in a shallow breath, and releases. White chi swirling at her fingertips.
贯气民宿，沉动开威。
Alright, here we go. Bang. She draws a complex sign in the air, one Pip has neither seen before nor understands, then points toward the tree. Now! A clear white wind carrying withered grass sweeps over the treetops. Did it work?
Heron.
Is that it?
That's right.
I know you said it wasn't difficult to fix, but I was hoping there'd be more of a show. Well, As you just said, fixing it wasn't hard. Did it work though? Paper Heron lets out a slightly awkward cough. Yep, it's not hard.
But
But despite my efforts, a problem still remains. Things are a little different from what I'd thought. I'll have to think of another solution. A little different?
about that,
Just a little. The enchantment is indeed from my school, yes. But the way to fix it? I'll have to think on that.
I think.
This enchantment is simple but elegant. To fix it, I'll need to guide its chi using the same method employed when it was first cast. But the enchantment is feeble. If I use too much power, I'll destroy it. One wrong move and it's gone. I need to be very careful. Wait a moment. Alright? Good luck, Paper Heron. Paper Heron pauses mid-cast. She moves closer to the tree and taps its trunk hesitantly.
It.
This enchantment feels familiar. It feels like my senior sister's work. That's great! Then it should be easier to solve, right? I'm not sure. We're getting some sad music as well playing. Pip looks at Paper Heron confused, but she doesn't look back. Instead, her gaze is fixed on a seemingly benign tree trunk, lost deep in thought.
I think...
You said you often came down the mountain with your seniors. Perhaps you came here with your senior sister before.
Perhaps.
Perhaps that's so. From what you've said, it sounds like you were close. That is
Indeed.
true. Yes, we were. Oh, we were. Well, since you know the caster so well, you must be familiar with her habits and style. Pip, why are you saying these sentences? You sound like you're putting us under the bus.
I don't remember.
I have little memory of what happened back then. Is her memory also fading? I forgot. Is that like, a side effect of getting sealed? I forgot if her memory was also fading. A bit. Oh, I see. Pip taps her chin with her forefinger, thinking as she circles twice around the tree.
Heron.
Oh, I have another idea. The ritual is your senior sister's, so the key is to mimic her style. Wouldn't the easiest way be to ask her? Bro is dead, she doesn't know. At first I was stuck, so I came to you, but now you're unsure too. The only route left is to follow is to find the original caster. She speaks earnestly, growing more confident with each spoken word.
Yes, that's right.
Yes, we'll likely be gone for a while, meaning we'll miss this spring's blossoming season, but as long as we resolve this chi stagnation, we can come back next year. Finding her might be difficult. Why? Is she traveling? In seclusion? It doesn't matter. You're from the same school. You must have a way to reach her. A way to reach her. It is possible, but I've never learned how to summon a spirit. Wait, what? Summon a spirit?
You mean to say...
She's no longer with us? That's right, Pip. That's right. Everyone from the White Horse School is gone. Devastating news. Very sad indeed. Well, it's unfortunate, but we have to break the truth to her. Yeah. Our senior sister, Pearl Finch, is gone. How sad. Next one, part 7. The hand she held. The hand who held? Like, Paper Heron? Is that it? Paper Heron's senior sister sheathes her sword with practice ease.
Heron.
Stop staring. It is not a difficult spell. But the way you wove the enchantment was impressive. Can you teach me? You haven't been with us long enough to understand our school's core teachings. Even if you learned the forms, they'd be little more than empty poses, and you'd be unable to cleanse the chi.
I think...
With your natural talent, in 10 years or so, you'll have built a solid enough foundation that weaving this enchantment will come easily. Damn. But what if I need to use it before then? If such a need arises, come find me, another senior student, or even Master himself. Oh dear, all of those people are dead.
And
And if I'm out alone and can't reach anyone? Pearlfinch shakes her head and chuckles. You're just asking questions until I say give it a try, aren't you? With so many new things to explore, one would think you'd be content enough as it is. Have patience, sister. 10 years is a short time. Follow Master's teachings, and I promise you, your time will come. Oh dear. 10 years is a short time. That's over 3,000 morning and evening classes. Over 3,000 recitals of the scripture of the Big Dipper.
You're still young.
Ah, Heron, so young, so impatient. 10 years may feel long now, but someday you'll look back and see it all as just a moment. Later, sure, but later isn't here yet. Right now, it's forever away.
Heron,
Master
in the
hasn't
future.
Master hasn't told you yet, but he intends to pass the 2 longevity swords to you. Longevity. Do you know what longevity means? Truly means. Our school's practices always extend our lives to be longer than most. And you, with your natural talent and a mind so ready to grasp our core teachings, are a rarity.
You have more time than any of us.
Now, you must trust me when I say your forever will be longer than any of ours. Damn. So like even as a new student, Paper Heron was already poised to become the successor of the swords. Only mine? But what about the rest of you? Oh dear. Rest in peace to the White Horse School.
Heron?
Are you alright? It's my fault. I shouldn't have suggested. Under the apricot tree, Paper Heron opens her eyes, the here and now slowly coming back into puzzling focus. Hmm? I'm fine, but you seem off. You've been walking circles around me for a while. You haven't moved for some time, just stood there with your eyes closed. Did something remind you of your past? I was thinking about the enchantment, and a memory surfaced, that's all. I didn't mean to worry you.
I think...
Are you certain you're alright? You seem a little sad. Do I? I was just trying to think of a way to solve our problem here. I wanted to remember something from back then that could help us, but relying on my memory is, well, unreliable at best. But you're
Indeed.
right. Things here remind me of forever ago.
Well now,
I should
what to
think
do?
about what kind of person Finch... No, I don't think that would help. I should focus on how she set the enchantment back then. Paper Heron places her palm on the dry trunk and closes her eyes once more. Some things in this world follow the great cycle of the way, like the turning of seasons, the gifts of nature, the rise and fall of a town. Other things hold the vastness of the world within their minute form, like the color of apricot flowers, a spring breeze, and a simple spell cast by a hand gesture, like holding a familiar hand. I
found her.
Have we? A slight gasp escapes Paper Heron's lip as she reaches within herself to hold that hand. The hand she held. She always wielded arcane techniques with more precision than others. Her natural talent was nothing special. She had to rely on arcane techniques. She left space for future adjustments to the chi. I can feel it, hidden in plain sight. She was the most reliable one, so she was entrusted with managing the school's affairs. She was also skilled in sensing the flow of chi. A peer of the most observant, most caring kind. Finch. I want to remember more about you. No, that's so sad. Man, if only the school, the White Horse School survived, man. Unfortunately, they all got nuked by Lanju. That's so devastating. It's up here. Over here. Oh dear, we're losing the plot here with our tracing. This is a really complex shape. It's like a hummingbird. I don't know what a hummingbird looks like actually, but it looks like a bird. Fantastic. Oh dear. The bird has turned into some weird flowers. My fault. I thought it looked like a bird, but turns out they were just flowers. Pip stares at a patch of dead grass by her feet, lost in thought. The mule approaches and nibbles at the roots. She strokes its ear, her mind elsewhere. You also think she seems sad, don't you? It's all my fault. When we go back, I'll apologize properly to the elder. It's the least I can do, right?
I think...
In the worst case, we figure another method out somewhere else. A petal falls on the withered grass. Oh, petals? That means it's blooming! We did it! As Pip looks up, her eyes widen in disbelief. Go on. The sea of dead grass shifts from grey-yellow to tender green, and in the center, the dying apricot tree bursts into life. Great clusters of apricot blossoms weigh down the branches like a waterfall of flowers. Petals, light and thin, drift on a gentle breeze like soft snow, vanishing the instant they land. You know what? Paper Heron's situation here with Pearl Finch kind of reminds me of Heron, if you've watched that or read that manga. Kind of like how Heron wanting to remember Himmel more. Yeah, interesting. But yeah, I think it's slightly different though, because Paper Heron was comparatively closer to Finch. But I guess they didn't have too much time to bond, because like I don't think they would have known each other for more than 10 years, I think. Pip cradles a petal in the palm of her hand. It feels alive, moist and full.
Whoa.
The flowers? Fantastic. We did it. A strangeness unlike anything that has come before. Never have there been so many flowers at once. We did it. It's blooming. Spectacular. We are so backed. The stagnant flow of chi is broken. It's as if all the apricot flowers of the last 200 years have come into bloom at once. Under the tree, Paper Heron rests her hand against the tree's gnarled trunk. Her white jade sword is drawn in her underhand, its white chi wrapping around her.
What?
What is this?
this?
Oh, she just said the line. This tree has good fortune. Its chi wasn't fully cut off, see? Once the flow cleared, all the life stored over the years burst forth. Paper Heron gazes up at a tree full of flowers, her expression hidden. It's beautiful.
Heron.
You found a way to fix it.
Not quite.
No, not exactly.
But
I destroyed the old enchantment. Oh, I see. You did? Why didn't I think of something so simple? No, I couldn't even see how the chi flowed.
Heron.
Even if the idea had struck me, I wouldn't have known where to start. Heron, you're amazing! You shouldn't doubt yourself. Like I said, the enchantment wasn't complex.
but
It's just, this may have been the last thing she had left in this world. Oh, I see.
You mean to say...
The last thing she left. She blankly parrots the words, her voice absent of their original meaning. That's devastating.
it was her.
Yes, this was my senior sister's work.
Why's that?
And you just destroyed it.
About that.
The enchantment needed mending, reweaving every 200 years. But there's no one left who knows how. Even if we'd kept it, it would have faded over time.
Not to worry.
You needn't worry. I used my school sword to set the chi flow right again. Even without anyone to tend it, there should be no more trouble.
You mean to say...
The chi here will never stagnate again? Exactly. And is the old enchantment gone forever? No trace remains? Petals drift down, landing on Pip's hair and shoulders, and in Paper Heron's open hand.
Yes. Nothing at all.
That's so sad. Rip. Our last potential connection to Pearl Finch just got extinguished. That's so sad, but I guess it helps out. It helps out the Chin Town, right? Hopefully. Well, let's press on to the last part, part 8. 200 springs. 200 springs. So many things can happen in 200 springs.
Nice.
Look, the flowers, they're really blooming. This calls for a celebration. I'll head into the town and buy some wine for us. The real good stuff. You just wait right here. What? Wait, please. There's no need to go to all that trouble. He waited all this time for it to bloom, only to take off the moment it does. Can you believe it?
Don't worry.
So what? We have nothing but time ahead. Really? But... Pip lowers her voice just to just above a whisper.
But
He's nearly 80 years old. Did you say something? Nothing. Never mind. I think the sun will set soon. You're right. We should rest while it's still shining. Pippa Heron stretches out on the revivified grass, and Pip takes a seat beside her.
Heron,
Where will you go after this?
no idea.
I'm not sure. I've left matters in Huanzhou with a friend, so perhaps it's time I explored somewhere new. Ah, Master Ren mentioned. And you?
I think...
Maybe I'll go home. I still have a lot to learn. Actually, I slipped away without telling anyone. Ah, okay, so maybe her parents aren't dead then. She just slipped away to learn about Taoism or something? Or maybe she just slipped away to this town specifically. I don't know. I suspected as much. You're too young to be out here alone. Your family must be worried about you. Soft blades of grass press against Paper Heron's fingertips, a sign that they're still growing.
Heron,
I have another question. Go ahead. Have you lived a long time? Yes, she has. The things you mentioned on the way here, the East Port being busy once, they're all from the past. And the story of the immortal in Huanzhou dates back nearly 200 years.
Sorry.
I'm sorry. It's alright if you don't want to talk about it. Just forget I asked. The wind brushes against Paper Heron's hair. That's quite
you're
alright.
certainly sharp.
Yes, it's true. Not much get past you.
But
But I didn't intend to. It's hard to explain. Just think of me like the old man's tree. I too have suffered a long illness. What does it feel like to live for so long? Well, it doesn't feel so special. When you're ill for a long time, you almost forget what it's like to be well.
Why's that?
Why call it an illness? Many people dream of living long lives. Even in stories, that's what the Taoists thought. You shouldn't believe everything you read in stories. And from what books, pray tell, did you find this information? Legend of the Guqian. Wait, Guqian? Guqian? Guqian mentioned? I don't know if it's the same Guqian, but that's kind of crazy if it is. The White Horse Immortal, A Tale of Medicine, and 3 Years of Strange Dreams, a collection. As the legend of the Guqian is still popular.
I have a vague memory.
Even after 200 years, eh? I remember a story about a mortal seeking the way from the Guqian clan. He descends the mountain only to discover that 1,000 years have passed. Those stories talk of immortals desiring the mortal world, or mortals yearning for the mortal realm. At their core, they describe what one cannot attain. My senior once said that, as a person ages, time seems to speed up. I didn't argue then, but deep down, I disagreed. When you're young, the blooming and fading of flowers marks a season. That time doesn't change, even decades later. Flowers still bloom, seasons still pass. Everything feels just as it did. But now, I see she was right. The first 10 years feel slow, but the next 10 are easier to endure.
All things pass in time.
After that, the days just passed, one after another. Pip gazes at the sky. I don't quite understand. I'll be 17 soon, so for me, this is the 17th spring.
How many springs have you seen?
Paper Heron, how many springs have you seen? Well, technically she was sealed for like 200 of them, or like a lot of them, so surely she wouldn't have seen all of them.
I don't remember.
You certainly ask tricky questions. Hello, mule. Not far away, the mule lifts its head, braying and running off as it spots something. I'll go get it.
We're in no hurry.
No need to rush, eh? It won't get that far.
But
It likely knows this area better than us. It'll come back if it wishes it. No, I made a promise. I have to keep it. What promise? When we met today, I said I would help you anytime you needed it. I wasn't sure how and when I would give it, but at the very least, I can fetch your meal. Oh, okay, so this is where Pip decides to give her the meal.
My mule?
She looks up, surprised, propping herself on her elbow to better see Pip.
yes, that's right.
The meal should go to the one who fixed the tree flow. No, to the one who saved the tree. So it belongs to you now. Well, I suppose it will give me a companion on my travels. It's a slow thing, but it's not as though you're in a hurry. Oh, that's a banger line. The sound of the mule's steps grows quieter with each passing second. I should go check on it.
I'll be
You
right
stay
back.
here, alright?
Best be quick then.
Sure. Fantastic. +1 meal gained. Paper Heron lays her head back down. We're just chilling. We got time to spare. Endless time to spare. Is that a petal? It looks like a bird's head over here. The rustling of the grass quiets, and the rays of sunlight feel warm on her skin. It's not long before she closes her eyes and drifts off to sleep. And we're asleep again. Gotta love sleep. Kinda like free run after all. 17. The year I went down the mountain with Finch. I was 17 then too, I think. A soft rustle from the bush rouses her attention. Hello, mule. You're back. Where's Pip? Hello, mule. Rose peeking in like this, spying on us as we relax. Enjoying the sun, mule. She pats the mule's neck affectionately. The mule ignores her instead, shaking its ears and walking over to the tree to munch on the new grass. What a rage baiter. Good timing. You can help me think.
How many springs?
Have I seen? How many springs have I seen? The same spring breeze blows, the same vitalized grass sways, and the mule gives no answer. Is it 200 springs? 20? 1? Or has she lost all her springs? Oh. Well, she's sure to see more springs.
I think.
Master, I fought long and hard on the matter yesterday. Please don't be too harsh with her. We will all leave one day.
In the future.
And when she does, she will walk a long, lonely road.
Don't make her loneliness any heavier to bear.
Aw. Pearl Finch is kinda the goat. W senior sister. From this white horse skull. The end. That concludes the story. Very nice stuff. We get a good peek into oh, we got how to raise a mule. That's funny. But yeah, a good little flash into Paper Heron's past before, you know, the events of spring unending. Spring comes slowly instead. And yeah, very cool. She awoke, you know, got a little reference to Master Ren as well, taking care of things in Huanzhou. But of course we met Pip, and we aided her in restoring the chi flow in Chun Town, an old apricot tree where our senior sister, Pearl Finch, once cast an enchantment on it 200 years ago. But yeah, glad to see that, you know, Paper Heron's living her lovely, relaxing life out here. And, you know, we inspired Finch to, not Finch, we inspired Pip to go back to her home, you know, because she slipped away. But, you know, there's still more to learn in life, many more things to experience. And, you know, as you grow older, time seems to go faster, which is something I've heard as well in real life, so that's cool. But yeah, it's just such a shame that the whole White Horse School got wiped out by Lanju when they first awoke, or second awoke. I don't know how many times they've awoken, but that one time they awoke, and the whole White Horse School was eliminated. That's so devastating. Like, it was cute seeing Paper Heron interact with Pearl Finch. But yeah, a good little peek at Paper Heron's past today. Very nice. And of course, we get the origins of her mule as well. So that is fantastic. We finally know where the mule came from. And yeah, shout out to Old Man as well for you know, just staying there, watching over the tree, and eventually, you know, finding someone who was kind enough to help participate in the removal of the stagnation in chi in that old apricot tree. But yeah, very cool. I think across the next week I'll probably be upgrading Ainan Li to Insight Free level 60. Actually, I need to get her Euphoria as well. Yeah, I need to get her Euphoria, and I need to get Tooth Fairy up to speed, and then I also need to get her Euphoria as well.
Stop talking. It's time for a checkup.
And I also need
Please
to.
open
Oh,
your
I
mouth.
have no resources. If you look at Paper Heron Side Cube, I was upgrading it, but I also ran out of resources to upgrade it to level 60.
Oh,
But
it's you.
I had so many.
I'm still settling in.
I had lots
I'll
of
take
greed lying around, right? Is it called greed? Or gluttony? No, it's called gluttony. But yeah, I spent it all just to max out her thingy, because why not? But yeah, Paper Heron's like pretty solidly built. We got some resonance thing that I found on a build guide. And then we also got this one as well. So that's fantastic. Good stuff. That's that. Of course, we do have the 2 copies, which is generational, considering that I'm free to play. And I started off this patch with quite literally nothing to my name, I swear. And I literally squeezed out every single hard difficulty. Like, I went through all these. Oh dear, I accidentally clicked on something. Sorry. But yeah, I literally went through all of these. Events. Oh dear. And I basically just did all the hard modes and got all the pulls available from that. I also spent all the gold thingies, the gold things. I don't remember what they're called. The albums of lost. I spent them all for pulls as well. But yeah, good stuff. Now I'll definitely be chilling. I mean, I think I haven't pulled 200, but I've been spending. Yeah, I've spent around 160 pulls. For 3 copies of Paper Heron and 2 lost 50/50s. So that's an insane value, no? That's 5 6 stars within 160 pulls. That's generational, right? Yeah, that's insane. But yeah, I'll be working towards Paper Heron's team. I don't know if I want to replace, you know, the Nautica Semmelweis team, because I really like Semmelweis' skin, and Nautica's very cool as well, and she's very strong. But yeah, I do like Paper Heron's like. I like Paper Heron's like personality a lot though. She's like pretty free spirited, I'd say. But yeah, very cool. Who knows? Maybe we'll just swap. We'll just like once I have the Paper Heron team up on speed. Maybe I don't know. Maybe every now and then we'll just bring out the Paper Heron team for fun. But yeah, that will be all from me this time. Next week we're gonna be doing Chung He-guang's character story. And then after that, I believe it will be 3.5, which I actually don't know anything about 3.5. I've heard that the dev broadcast was like out already because I got the rewards for it. But yeah, no, where is it? Notice 3.5, yeah. So we got this this person, I don't know who they are. I think they're called Lorenz Butterfly. I've heard the name floating around somewhere. She looks very cool. Yeah, Lorenz Butterfly. And then who's this other new character? Ramona? She looks cool. Ramona reminds me of kind of like a Flutter page. But like Fatutu. Like a Fatutu Flutter page. But she doesn't look like a child, I think. I don't know if she is. I haven't seen like her full like character. But yeah, just like off this picture of her, like the blue and her hair kind of reminds me of Flutter page. But the flowers remind me of Fatutu. So that's kind of funny. But yeah, that will be all. Thank you all very much for watching. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye.